One of the reasons I love old computers so much is because they ooze personality. Don't get me wrong, I love new technology, but in a way it's all kind of boring. See, computer companies used to take themselves way less seriously, and the products they made reflected that. I can understand why that's changed over time, but I can't help but think we've all lost something over the past few decades. Today, I want to tell you a story about one of my favorite pieces of Apple's bygone quirkiness. Let's talk about Clarus the dog cow. Every hero has a good origin story, and the dog cow is no different. When creating the Macintosh, Steve Jobs hired Susan Kare, a graphic designer, to work on parts of the user interface and create a series of typefaces to use in the computer. In this collection was a typeface named Cairo. Now, it was different than the other fonts Susan Kare designed for the original Macintosh. Instead of regular letters and numbers, Cairo used a set of dingbats, or small glyphs and images used by the Mac and its users. Now, this was really different, and most of these glyphs, honestly, today are forgotten, except one. The icon that was used in the Z character, well, soon it would prove to have a life all its own. This small animal looked like a dog, but also like a cow somehow at the same time, and I guess it endeared itself to Apple engineers. In the spring of 1989, Mark Harlan took it upon himself to write the dog cow into history, creating Tech Note 31 about the small creature. Here's a little bit from his writing. Dog cows by their nature are not all dog, nor are they all cow, but they are a special genetic hybrid. They are rarely seen in the wild, and since dog cows are two-dimensional, they will stand facing a viewer on edge to avoid being seen. Harlan went on to name the dog cow Clarus, and he even described the sound that she makes. As the Cairo typeface slowly faded into history, Apple engineers were unwilling to let it take the dog cow with it. Soon, Clarus showed up in the LaserWriter printer software, showing users the page orientation of their document. This led Clarus to showing up in even more technical documentation, including a document about printing dubbed TechNote PR 510. It included a little bit of warning about our friend. The dog cow logo, along with its call Moof, is a trademark of Apple. The dog cow appears on Apple's developer CD series disc and in other material. Apple has a pending US registration on it, and accordingly, it is not available to third-party developers as an icon or a file symbol. Clearly, Apple saw this small glyph as part of the Mac's unique personality and wanted to protect it. As the 1990s went on, Clara showed up in a few more places, including early versions of QuickTime. As you can see by the following two videos, the dog cow was an integral part of early examples of technology being used. In 1995, the ill-fated QuickTime VR appeared, and with it new technical documentation including the dog cow. TechNote 1031 serves as an updated history of the small beast. Just a year later at WWDC 1996, Apple had a custom beer for its participants. Dubbed Moof Brew, this beer included Clarus on the label. Throughout the years, the Dogcow has been used on endless Apple promotional materials, including pins and jackets and all sorts of stuff. Clarus has also showed up in various software projects, but the biggest example of a Dogcow could be seen in the icon garden. There's a blog post in the video description full of more photos, but suffice it to say this was an art installation on Apple's Infinite Loop campus dedicated to software gone by. Now, the icon garden did not survive the return of you-know-who in the late 1990s, and it seemed like the dog cow was fading from history. In the early days of Mac OS X, Clarus could be seen in the default address book application and in some third-party programs, but the glory days were clearly behind it. That's not to say that Clarus is dead and gone. In some of Apple's official documentation for the Swift programming language, Clarus can be seen alive and well. And if you visit Apple's new campus, there's this AR installation at the visitor center, and reports say that if you find a small barn and lift the roof off of it, there's a Dogcow there, safe and sound. Even though I didn't start using the Mac until the year 2001 or so, I have a real fondness for this story. I miss when computers had personality and when software was fun, and Clarus sort of embodies all that for me. So much so that I have a Dogcow tattoo on my right ankle, which you may have seen out on the internet, rather embarrassingly. I also have a signed Dogcow print from Susan Kerr, which was a gift for my birthday a few years ago. Anyways, thanks for checking out this video. Clarus the Dogcow is this weird little story in Apple history, but one I think more people should know about. If you're into this sort of stuff, I have some links in the video description so you can read more. Be sure to get subscribed for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.